It does not matter whether or not this was a 2K, 4K transfer from the original. Was it remastered? The different kinds of audio. I don't care. No, movie collecting and everything associated with movie collecting, and that involves ripping your Blu-rays and DVDs to your personal server, whether that's Plex or Jellyfin. But it is very much similar, I think, to being addicted to drugs sometimes. And you have to figure out a way to draw the line because it gets expensive, right? Even if you are thrifting and looking for these when you go to Goodwill, Salvation Army, you're looking for lots on eBay. And even though you can find the right deal that are good pricing, you slowly start to forget and add all the small prices up to where when you look at it collectively within a month, you're like, oh my God, how much did I spend on movies this month? And that's on top of if you have any other hobbies like vinyl collecting. That's a whole nother drug. What we have here is the first time purchase on eBay, but from a big reputable company. I think it's called Gruv. Yeah, Gruv. Bought some of their older material. Now, these movies are part of my 5-star all-time greatest movie list. Now, if you remember how I rate movies, my 5-star movies are ones where I limit those 5-star movies to just 10. I can only have 10 5-star movies. And then if I come across another movie after I watch it, I'm like, hey, that is a fantastic movie and it should be a 5-star movie. I have to remove a movie to put a new one in at the 5 star. So that shows you how good it has to be for it to make a 5-star on my rating system. And I keep track of all of that on Letterboxd, which I absolutely love. These are, now my strategy so far has been to make sure that I collect all of my 5 stars and then work my way down through the 4 stars. And look, I've had moments of weakness where I've been at the Goodwill store or I've been at the Salvation Army and I'm just in a mood. I'm in an amorous mood. I come across some Blu-rays that maybe aren't 4 or 5-star quality that are $3, $4 a piece, which prices for Blu-rays have gone up quite a bit just in the last 6 months, that I would end up buying. I am going to put a stop to that. I am only going to focus in on completing my 5-star list and then select 4-star movies because I have got to get this budget in control, especially starting this entertainment channel in the last couple months and really hitting it hard in the last month since I've quit my job at the age of 50 to start not just one YouTube channel, but 5. All of that is in another video. We won't bore you with that, but I have got to contain this entertainment budget for the channel, guys. I can't keep just burning the candle at both ends and just buying a bunch of stuff. But anyways, here's the 2 that we just got from Gruv Entertainment. And these are, for me, 5-star movies. And I would be shocked if these 2 movies, for any kind of movie file, movie lover, anybody that's out there that just loves movies, that they don't have these as highly rated movies. Now, movie rating systems are all personal to each and every one of us. I don't expect movies, which are very personal to each person, right, that they resonate to each one of us a little bit differently. I would be shocked that anybody that enjoys and really likes movies to have these where they are very low rated, that they just did not like both of these. Now, I think both of these are also ones to where a lot of people that are kind of casual movie lovers, or just they do it every now and then. Yeah, the casual, maybe you're married to one, you have them in your family, some of your friends that just, they'll watch a blockbuster. If it's got a superhero in the summertime, they'll go watch that movie. I think these are ones that people have kind of slept on. They may have heard of these movies, but haven't really watched it. I'm telling you, Boogie Nights, well, this one here, Boogie Nights, because I'm looking at my monitor here as I'm recording this. Boogie Nights was late 90s, 97, 98. Mark Wahlberg, Burt Reynolds. Burt Reynolds was gone. He was nowhere. Anderson cast him in this movie, and I think it kind of just reinvigorated things with Burt. I think, if I remember my history a little better, the entire cast and crew, you would be hard-pressed to find another movie that has a cast like this with the performances that they all gave. This movie, I loved it right when I first saw it. This was one of the first DVDs that I think I owned, and absolutely just fell in love with it's a little risque. It's a little on the edgier side because it kind of follows the porn industry, I think, in the 70s, right? So I'm having how do I get these open? And I'm just doing an unboxing and a check on these just because I'm getting ready to, I want to stay on top of it as I bring movies in, especially Blu-rays that have been kind of sitting around probably somewhere in a warehouse. I just want to make sure they're in good quality that I can rip them and then get them into my Jellyfin server. So there's Boogie Nights. And this isn't going to be like a movie review, although we could probably do movie reviews on the channel if that's something you guys are interested in. I think it would be kind of fun. There's probably hundreds of movie reviews for every movie that's out there, but we haven't done it on our channel, and I think it would be kind of fun. But there's the Blu-ray in pristine condition. Hopefully the Blu-ray drive that we have attached to the Mac Studio can read it, Make MKV can rip it, and then we can convert it over to MPEG 4. So I'm telling you, if there is a movie to review and talk about, I would love to find somebody that would love to come on here and let's just break this movie down. Let's watch it, break it down. The performances, you just got to see it. If you haven't, you've got to see it. So the other one is Bill Murray in Lost in Translation. Scarlett Johansson is in it. I think this is was it her first major role? I mean, she was 17 or 18 in here, which is crazy that she played opposite of Bill Murray. And I know there's arguments as to, okay, are they love interests? What kind of love is it? Obviously, he's way older than she is. This movie, for me, is absolutely incredible. Sofia Coppola, who did it, right? And I think this was this her first major film or second major film? You're not coming to this channel for like exact details on the real thing, but she was starting out new, right? And she went out and got ScarJo for this role, and opposite of Bill Murray. And this is one that I think a lot of people, they haven't watched it. I'm not a huge Bill Murray fan. Watching this, knowing that he was the star of this, I was like, didn't know much about Sofia Coppola, didn't know much about Scarlett Johansson at the time. And it took me a while to get around to watching this movie when it first came out back in 2003 maybe. But from the moment that I did end up going through and watching this movie, and I don't know if we went to the theater or not for this. This was pretty small in its release. Fell in love with it. Absolutely love this movie. I watch it almost every year. Let's make sure that everything looks okay. There's the inside of it. The base of the Blu-ray. It's hard to tell on the recording here, but that one looks pretty good. No off-gassing or anything from the case. Look, I know there are 4K versions of these. I don't get too stuck in the weeds with trying to find out, is the 4K Blu-ray, how much better is it than the regular Blu-ray? And is this from a 2K transfer, or is this, the digital noise, and it's too much correction, or it's tinted blue? I don't like the coloring. I'm just watching the movie. I want a decent copy of any of the movies that I have. I've got these all on DVD. I could pop the DVD in, watch it, and not be sitting there like, oh my God, look at this, the quality of the film. Awful. If it's a good movie, a good story, good actors and actresses there giving great performances, you don't really pay attention to the DVD quality, the Blu-ray quality, the 4K quality. There's plenty of YouTube channels out there that will dissect it down to the last little pixel on it. And I do appreciate the people that have all that information. They put in a lot of work in trying to differentiate between different Blu-ray versions or different 4K versions. How does the 4K, is that a lot better than the Blu-ray than it is versus the DVD? I respect all of that. I just don't get involved too much with it, in a sense that I'm just here having fun as a 50-year-old. I like the movies that I like. I like enjoying the time that I spend sitting down, whether it's a weeknight, weekend night with the wife. We order out, we make dinner, we pop in a movie, and we just enjoy the evening. It does not matter whether or not this was a 2K, 4K transfer from the original. Was it remastered? The different kinds of audio. I don't care. I really don't care. What I do care about is making sure that I have the collection of 5-star movies that are on my list, making sure that I have physical copies of them. Now, I do have them, like I said, on DVD. I wanted them in a high-def format, whether that was Blu-ray or 4K. I am currently ripping Blu-ray stuff. I'm not going to rip 4K. I don't want to mess with the file sizes. I don't want to mess with when I'm streaming them, whether it's on Plex or Jellyfin, having issues with bigger files or MKV files that are trying to stream or whatever. I'm just ripping Blu-rays at a good quality, converting those MKV files to MPEG-4s just so that I have an advantage in having anything and everything that I want to play the movies on, they'll play. All right, so I'm going to go get these ripped today. Let me know if you guys have seen Boogie Nights and Lost in Translation. What do you guys think? How do you rate these two movies? Again, these are two of my all-time 5-star. There's only 10 in my list. These are two of those. I have them now on Blu-ray. I am going to have them in my physical collection, and I'm going to have them in my Jellyfin movie server.